Let's go.
Lego, Kyle, huge in games right now. So they're doing Lego Dimensions, and we just had Lego Worlds announced. So there's lots of cool, fun things for Lego.
Lego Jurassic Park coming soon.
Correct.
Another Lego Marvel game in the fall.
So
Lego and video games are just going nuts.
So
What
Lego.
makes this one special?
Well, the Lego World, I think, the other stuff, they grab a franchise and they do their thing with it, and they'll tailor the gameplay towards that specific franchise. But like Dimensions and Worlds are really different. Finally got to play Lego Dimensions at Judges Week. And the first thing that I think is really cool is the base. So they have this thing you can put 7 different characters on. And one of those, so the vehicles also act as characters.
Okay.
So if you want to have like Batman ride the DeLorean, Batman and the DeLorean have to be on the base separately. There's one in the center that you use whenever you want to put one. There's like a clear like throne on the middle of the base, and then it's just these platforms that go out on the side. And the reason that's cool is there's 2 reasons. One, you can have 7 characters if you want. So if you don't want to have any vehicles, you can put 7 different people on there. So if you want to have the entire Justice League, and specifically craft them and like have them all, all the figures up there.
And then I would press like R1 to switch characters.
Y. The Y. It was
cool.
the Y button on 360 and the triangle button on
Sure.
PS4.
So it's like hot swapping it, so I don't have to do this while I'm playing.
So the big side franchise that they were pimping at the LEGO event was Scooby-Doo. So they were going to Wizard of Oz, which they had already announced before, and the initial team is Wild Style and Batman and Gandalf. And they got me like right out of the gate. I'm just like, oh God, why am I laughing at this? But like, Batman sees the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz, and it's like, Scarecrow, and goes up and like confronts him and tells it Scarecrow, he's like, you heartless villain, and Scarecrow like grabs Tin Man, he's like, he's heartless. I'm like, oh, stop it. So the Dimensions is like really celebrating, like, I think when they book someone weird like Portal, you're like, Portal. I was like, Doctor Who, I'm like, okay, Doctor Who, I could see, but like, Portal. It's like, how on earth? I guess there's like a story worth translating to a Lego game.
So there's cutscenes and story for every mission?
That they basically, like in one shot that they've shown, it's Riddler on top of Balrog. And like that's not just a random thing. Like you'll see the Riddler like plotting, and like we'll go off and somehow entrance the Balrog, and then he'll be fighting him.
That's cool. I thought they were just showing toy box stuff.
So they're really playing that up. And the thing that's cool is they're not doing the separate play set thing, at least for the main campaign in the game. So when you get the Back to the Future thing, that'll come with a little side thing. But for the main campaign that goes through all of these worlds, Scooby-Doo, I can rattle them off now. Simpsons, Scooby-Doo, Ghostbusters, Doctor Who, Portal, Kaima, I'm assuming, which is their...
I think that's Chima.
Chima, which is the lions attacking bears thing.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, Midway. Didn't really talk about that much, but they showed the logo. Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, DC Comics, the Lego Movie, Ninjago, and the Wizard of Oz.
Ninjago.
I like Ninjago. Ninjago would seem like
a really cool name.
That would seem like Ninjago.
Wait, Midway as in Midway Games?
I guess.
Brandon, that's totally possible because of WB.
It was the Midway logo, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So, crazy town. So all of these franchises are meeting, and they recognize that like this makes no sense. That like they released I saw a thing on social media today that was like Harlequin commanding the monkeys from Wizard of Oz. But it's kind of like about that. It's like we do want this to not make sense. We want the characters to be questioning like who's, we're crossing dimensions.
And if I pay $70, if I pay for the main game, I get to play all those levels?
The big thing is the figures and the vehicles. Yeah, that you're not. Whoa. You get to visit all those worlds, but then when you get Back to the Future, there's like an extra playset thing I think that comes with Back to the Future. What they were showing was just the main disc. It's like this is on the disc. It was the beginning of the game.
It sounds like there's a lot there.
But it sounds like they basically want the connectivity between the characters in the main game. So they wanted to have a big experience that anybody could jump into, that you wouldn't be limited. Like the Cars playset, you can only play with the Cars things in Infinity, stuff like that. So they didn't want to have any of those restrictions. How all the extra content's can be broken down, I don't know exactly because we didn't get into that. But I had a party of like the Batmobile and Batman and Gandalf and Scooby-Doo, and just like, and he had like special abilities that he would open up in areas and stuff. So like you can go through with Batman and Gandalf in Wild Style and play the Scooby-Doo section, but if you actually go get Scooby-Doo, then he can unlock all other crazy stuff you can do in there.
And then does he? So I guess the last thing I'm most curious about is the cutscenes. So let's say I don't even have Batman here. Will I never see that funny line about the Scarecrow?
No, Batman will be in it. You can choose to play as which of the three. You can just play as one character, I guess, if you want. Probably not. I think like Batman will probably have some grappling hook abilities or something, but they all come with the starter pack. So.
Okay.
So you'll need to bring him in. One other thing that they're doing is where you put them on the board matters. So sometimes people will come along and like trap your figure, and you have to take them off the base and put them on the other side of the base to like unlock the trap.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, mess with that.
No, I really like that kind of stuff.
But I don't know how much of that you can do before it gets old, or how you can innovate with that. But it seemed like they were. It seemed like they had a meeting where they were really racking their brains, like, what can we do with the whole. You put it on and you take it off. What else,
Like a boss
What else
fight.
Is there? Yeah, where you're like more powerful or something.
Or
Depending
just like
on what
Batman, switch spots with me, and so you have to switch spots really fast.
Right.
Like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You could do cool stuff.
So if you're playing and you got the kid in front that's on figure duty or whatever.
The littlest brother.
So it's exactly. So it's pretty fun. And when they went into the Scooby-Doo world, it changed the aesthetic of the game a little bit. So even Batman and Gandalf in Wild Style, were kind of cartoony, like Scooby-Doo is. Like the color of their outfits were a little different.
No way.
So when they crossed into each
dimensions. Like Kingdom Hearts.
Didn't really notice that in Wizard of Oz. You'd think they'd be a little more colorful and like Technicolor, but maybe I just didn't notice.
That stuff is very cool. The game itself, is it still just like bash things and like things pop out and you get?
And I think that's Lego World seems a little bit breaking that aesthetic a little bit as far as like how the tools work and stuff, but like classic. TT games.
Like a meter at the top that builds up as you collect. Okay. What do they call them? They're not nuts or something.
Studs.
Studs. You can collect in studs.
So one final thing that they were playing up that's like cool or just pointless depending on what your interest is. So the vehicles are actual, and the figures too, are actual Lego toys. So one guy in front of me, I was like, I don't know if you want to do that to the demo stuff, but he was like taking Wild Style's head and putting it on Gandalf and like moving all the, like taking his staff out and putting it in other things. So like, the discs are really what you need to make everything work, but you can take the dude right off the disc and have it just be its own like little Lego figure, which your brother's gonna do, and you're gonna lose them, and so you're gonna have like, oh, I got the little bases for all the figures, but like who knows where the figures went. And the same goes with the vehicles; they're actually pieced together. You have to like build the Batmobile when you get it, and then later in the game, for each vehicle, you can unlock 2 other transformations that you can choose to do in real life if you want to or not. So when you unlock in the Batmobile, so you basically had the jet in the back, and you unlocked a thing that like put it in the front and moved a couple pieces around, and then it became like this electromagnetic thing where you can like open areas and like use the abilities. You didn't have to touch a thing in real life. You literally just unlock it in the game and then you can move on. Or if you want to be a nerd about it, you can actually go into and see a booklet that'll show you piece by piece how to disassemble the Batmobile.
Inside of the game?
Yeah, inside the game. So you're like,
that's cool.
So you're pressing like on the D-pad on the PS4 to go to the next screen, and then you can actually rebuild it in real life if you want to have it be that thing.
Yeah, Brandon, that is very cool.
For some people, I think I think some people are just like never, ever, ever, ever going to do it.
I would absolutely do that. Yeah, that's RP, man. That's
kinda,
like
it's kind of nerdy. It's like, oh, you got to set this up, so.
Oh,
so if we're streaming that, it's
cool.
like, wait, we got to pause the stream for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and everyone would love it, dude. Everyone would freaking love that.
And I didn't see one person demoing the game that wasn't like, oh, let me put, we drop it like 3 pieces on the floor, and like it's in a dark room, and people have food. And you're just like, no, it's
okay. It's okay. Just
we're
move on.
Gonna drop that, Gandalf staff and their Diet Coke, but. So I thought that was cool, and again, the swapping and all of this actual toy interaction, like whether that's cool, whether that's something you want to do for a 6 to 8 to 10 hour adventure, we'll see. But lots of stuff, tons of franchises that they haven't really shown, and they definitely seemed like geeky about it when they were revealing it. Like you saw that you really liked the Christopher Lloyd commercial. I think we're gonna be getting more of that kind of advertising, and like
Simpsons World would be
just
cool.
playing up like how ridiculous it is that these people are actually together. I think they completely understand it. So I'm looking forward to. I didn't think I'd laugh. I was not expecting to laugh at that, at least like more than once. So hopefully they keep that up. But I enjoyed it. So something you might be interested in. Can I count on you for that Lego stream, Kyle?
Oh yeah. I'm way into that.
All right, we'll see it if we get more at E3. Go check it out.
My friend, where we're going, we don't date. Actually, I have no idea what we'll need.